So we're just going to draw your attention a little bit over here to this right panel. And right now, I'm going to select my section, which happens to be this box in area over here, this apDiv box. And what I want to do is I want to format this a little bit more. Because one thing that's kind of driving me a little bit nuts is the fact that it's this huge, big black box, which kind of just overtakes the site. It's where my attention just kind of goes to. And the other thing that kind of really drives me nuts about it is the text is lined up right along the edge of this, so you can't really, it's really hard to read. You can see part of the V is just in the box right there. You can click back on it. So there is a way to format this cascading style sheet. And right now I have section selected. And we're in the CSS styles and all, and we're in section. And while I have section selected, we can already see some of the default properties that are associated with section. We can add more properties by adding the Add Properties button. We don't need to do that right now. What I am going to do is go down here where we see the little pencil button and choose Edit Rule, because I want to edit this cascading style sheet rule. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this box button here. And I'm just going to kind of play with the padding a little bit. So I want it to be same for all. And maybe what I really want to have is a space of 10 pixels around the entire edge of the box. So while I have 10 selected, I'm going to look at this box. I'm going to click Apply and see what that does for me. And that does exactly what I want, is create a little bit of space between the edge of this text and the box. The other thing I want to do is kind of format the background a little bit. So I'm going to have this background selected. And right now it's just overtaking the whole site because it's this huge black box. So I want to change that. So in order for me to change it, maybe I want to make this box a little bit transparent. I can't use this color mode to make that transparent. So I'm going to hit this drop down here. And this little arrow over here where it says color format. I'm going to change the color format to red, green, blue, and then I want to use an alpha. A stands for alpha. And what alpha is going to allow me to do is to assign a transparency. So now we see 4 numbers. So let me just go ahead and just pick that black color again. We see 0, 0, 0, comma 1. And 1 is my trans. So let me go ahead and click Apply, see what I get so far. Nothing has changed. So from 0 to 1 we'll assign my transparency. Right now there's no transparency, so that corresponds to 1. So let's see what happens if I change this to a 0 and then click Apply. That's completely transparent. And you kind of notice that the text behind there is black, and actually when you go to live view you won't see that. You only see that in the split design view. So let me try a different setting. Let's try 0.5 and click Apply. That makes my box a little bit more transparent. You can still see the leaves in the background, which kind of still creates a little bit of conflict with my text. Let me try 0.75. And that makes it a little bit better, and that may be something I might decide to stick with. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to go back to design view, and right now if we look at it we can kind of see there's a black box behind the text. But if we go to live view, that black box disappears. It's nice and clean. And that's kind of what we want. I'm going to go ahead and hit save.